Legend has it that for a very long time there existed a demonic creature that terrorized the people of the Khasi Hills. This creature was said to possess the body of a serpent, a body that seemed big enough to swallow an entire village, and was known to be a man-eater. The people called it U Thlen. People who reared the Thlen were known as Nongsha or Na. When this Nongsha or Na would see someone that seemed interesting enough, especially children, they would subtly cut off the tips of their hair or nails or even the clothes of the victim with these magically mysterious silver scissors. These would then be offered to the Thlen, who would then consume the victim's soul through these hair, nail clippings, or clothes, all served on a literal golden platter. The poor victim would soon fall ill, and slowly by slowly everything would deteriorate till the point where he or she becomes very critical and eventually dies. The Thlen would in return give this family all the glory and riches in the world. The populace become afraid of these families that are suspected of possessing this demonic spirit, and thus eventually gave birth to suspicions and superstitions, even among lifelong friends or between family members. People gave into this ignorance. They still spread this anger and violence that evidently lead to a state of doubt, confusion, disputes, and sometimes, in many cases, even murder. Many a times when people become too successful or made money too fast, jealousy would arise within others, and they would start spreading false rumors, leading other people to think about a certain family in a negative light. A quiet, peaceful morning greeted a wealthy man as he sits in the veranda of his home reading the day's newspaper. But it was soon to be disturbed by the opening of the gates. Through it entered his new tenants, a father, a mother, and an infant cradled within the arms of its mother. The wealthy landowner stood up and watched them as they waved and smiled at him. He then invited them into the comforts of his own home, where they were offered tea as they indulged in conversation. But suddenly, the man stood up and asked,
Ba, sino ka jakali sa bar? Ako dan stay.
So the man went towards the direction pointed to him by his wealthy landowner.
Huh? Balik ka hangkom niya?
Out of nowhere, a chilling voice yelled out to him. The wealthy landowner was fueled with anger when he saw the man standing outside this locked door.
Kani kamde ka jakabali sa bar? Wan nga nilam, kadan hatay.
It had been a month since they first met their wealthy landowner, and the young couple were basking in the joy of their new and fruitful union, and how proud they were of their child. However, they discovered something very unusual, something that seemed so strange to this young
Balik ka
couple.
dyan niya?
Huh? Okay.
They both were bewildered by this mysterious gut in the cloth of their little baby. The way the cloth had been cut seemed mysterious, very different and out of this world. They both looked at each other, surprised and confused, asking who would have done this, for it seemed so out of this world, as if No human could have done it. Later that night, deep into the night, the landowner left his home. But as he was leaving, he seemed suspicious, mysterious, and even a bit dangerous. The father was busy with his own work when he mistakenly glanced towards his window and saw his landowner leaving the house. A month later, however, for 2 months the child of the couple had gotten very, very sick, so severe that it had become critical to the point where the baby passed away. The death of their baby was the hardest on the father. He could not believe that his first and only child had passed away, and was no longer with them. So in order to forget his misery, he drowned himself in alcohol. He drank and drank and drank, day in and day out.
Believe you happen long kumnia.
This made him drink more and act out in more violent and aggressive ways. And there were times when he would become so violent, he would abuse her and beat her up to the point where she could no longer take it. The abuse would continue every day for so long. So, one day she finally left him and never looked back. But one day, as he was drowning in self-misery, in the thought of his wife and his lost child, he suddenly saw his wealthy landowner leave the house. In his drunken stupor, he followed the wealthy man all the way till they reached the cemetery. He saw him standing over the grave of his child. This ignited a fire within him.
Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Malay you ni halum juntap jung khun jonga.
Emba. Bila sung thu bakla.
De mama ba pinyap e khun jonga.
Emba. Ndi manga.
Di mama ba riu tu Thlen. Ngatip ta ngatip ya kata.
The father could no longer take this, so he reached out his hands towards the neck of the landlord, trying to squeeze the life out of him. But the landlord, in his quick-wittedness, fled, or at least he tried to. The father grabbed him by the hand and pulled him to the ground. He saw a rock nearby and picked it up, and that's when he beat him up with that rock. He beated him, and he beated him, and he beated him, till he could no longer take it. A motionless body lied on the ground. As the father looked, a wave of realization rushed in him, and he saw the mistake that he had done. So the question arises, was it really this man who possessed the Thlen? Was it really him who killed the baby? Or was it just an act of violence? An act that is embedded in every man